Hi, I'm Benabel, and I'm the creator of Spirit Keepers Tarot and the companion guidebook to it, the Book of Maps. If you loved holistic tarot and you're all about that psychological, rational-based, and analytical approach to the tarot, you hate the woo-woo aspects that people keep on trying to throw onto the cards, then oh boy, you are going to hate this tarot deck and its companion guidebook. Buddy, I think you've fallen into the wrong wormhole. Hopefully, before you even got here to having the Spirit Keepers Tarot deck in your hands, you've done a little bit of reading up on the deck so you're well informed about what I've tried to do here for the Spirit Keepers Tarot and how it's going to be radically different from anything I've put out there into the world before regarding the tarot. The rational-based approach, analytical approach to tarot, that holistic tarot my first book espoused, is not in dissonance with anything Spirit Keepers is about. I believe to be well-rounded, you do need to be well acquainted with both sides of the coin. I also believe the two paths lead to one another. If you enter the world of tarot reading through the analytic approach and you go deep enough, you will inevitably find yourself walking the path of the esoteric approach and vice versa. Go in full force because of your predilection for mediumship and spirit contacts. When you've unraveled, I believe, the marvels of the tarot, you'll eventually find yourself wanting to hanker down and really study the tarot analytically. So there's perfect harmony here. I suppose I would consider this deck an esoteric and alchemical tarot deck. Definitely alchemical. I mean, just consider originally Key 1, the Magician, I had wanted to rename to the Alchemist. I then decided to just go with the Magus. I hope there is a very usable and practical exoteric facet of the cards, for sure, but the full breadth and scope of this deck's capabilities is meant to be unlocked. I've tried to marry many different esoteric traditions, mixing and matching in a form of mental chemistry, if you will, to try to get to the Prisca Theologia, or this concept of a universal religion, a single theology, the true word of God. And so to that extent, my objective was also about honoring the tarot deck as a sacred text, as a book, but an ever-changing book, always changing depending on who is reading it, as opposed to a mere set of cards. So I'm not treating this tarot deck as playing cards, I'm treating it as a sacred text, a book. The reason I wanted to create this complimentary video series to the deck isn't because I think you need an orientation or instructional course. In fact, you don't. If you can read any tarot deck fluently, then you can read this deck fluently, straight out of the box. You don't need to be some advanced practitioner of high magic who has studied the esoteric arts for 50 billion years to read with this deck. The deck also comes with a meaty guidebook, the Book of Maps, and I really do hope you will read it or at least dip in and out of the chapters to get acquainted with some of my intentions and get background context for the creation of this deck. Here are some of my recommendations for where to start. Author's introduction, design statement, ordering of the keys, what is a beneficent spirit? Now skip all the way to the back. Cultural integration and the Prisca Theologia, and card and box design. When I called this an online course, it was a misnomer. Yeah, sorry, it's not really a course and there's no syllabus. Instead, it's a listing of videos where I hope the titles of each video will be descriptive enough for you to be able to pick and choose from the listing and watch the videos in any order you like. For example, if you have no intention on undertaking any sort of initiation ritual with the deck, then just skip all the videos with initiation in the title. If you're not interested in the Akashic Records, skip that video. Whereas if you are interested in accessing the Akasha with Spirit Keepers Tarot, then you can make a beeline straight for that video first, or even watch that video only. I do not intend for this to be a video series you watch from beginning to end. There's a lot of blabbering here. It's meant for you to dive in and out at your leisure to pick and choose. We have a lot of international possessors of the deck where English might not be your first language, so every video in this series will be closed captioned. All right, happy trails. You know what I should have called this video series? Orientation videos. That's what they are, orientation videos. So it's not an online video course, it's a series of orientation videos. There you go.